Today, let's talk about reselling things that you have. First of all, congratulations on crossing the threshold and being willing to let something go. I think it's awesome. And I think it's noble to try to recapture some of the money that you had spent, or if it was a gift, some of the money that somebody had spent for you to get the item. So great. Sounds good on the surface. If we peel back one layer and look at it and approach it as a math equation, this is how it chunks up for you. So what is your time worth? We have to do a simple calculation and figure out whether you're a salaried employee or you're a contractor, what is your time worth? Let's say your time is worth $40 an hour. That might be generous. So again, don't get attached to the dollar amount. Let's just use it for our illustrative purposes. So if your time is worth $40 an hour and you have this thing that you would like to sell, you can assume that it will take you on the low end 3 hours, on the high end 5 hours to liquidate it. And the math involved in that, and you can certainly time that for yourself, the math involved in that is how long will it take you to take photos of it, to upload those photos to your computer. Then once you've done that, to post them online, to come up with a clever description of your product. Then to post it wherever you want to post it. Then to correspond with any of the people who are asking questions. Sometimes the questions are, is this still available? Let alone, can you describe it more? Can I come see it? When can I come see it? So I think it's helpful to just assume you'll spend a minimum of 3 hours for anything that you're trying to liquidate, possibly as many as 5 hours, depending on what it is and how much back and forth there is. And then also part of that time is actually meeting the person, having them look at the thing, give you the money, possibly negotiate, and then give you the money. So all of that needs to be accounted for. So going back to this idea of $40 an hour, 3 hours is $120, possibly 5 hours, $200 of your time, the equivalent of your time. Remember, time is a non-renewable resource. So you can't get more time. You get the time you get today. You spend it however you spend it, then it's gone. So it's, in my world, the most precious asset you have. So is the item worth, in this example, is it worth somewhere between $120 and $200? If it is, that's also just a break-even equation. So you spent some time, you got one thing out of your house, and you netted back the equivalent of your time. So you didn't really move yourself forward, you did eliminate one thing from your home. If you multiply that by however many things you want to get rid of, you start to see, is this really the best way that I want to spend my time? If you enjoy it, if you get some pleasure out of it, that's a non-quantifiable element that you need to add into the mix, right? If the choice was going hiking or selling things online, or going kayaking or selling things online, or making love with your partner or selling things online, and you would choose, I'd rather sell things online, awesome. Then you have your answer. It's a good use of your time among the other things that you could be doing. If the answer is no, I'd rather go kayaking or make love or, garden, then that also needs to go into your math equation, even though we can't quantify it. It is a qualitative element that needs to be accounted in the math equation. So if you decide that selling it yourself, not the good choice, then there are resellers. There are people you can drop things off, and they use reselling platforms like Facebook Marketplace, the Nextdoor app, Etsy, eBay. They use any number of those platforms. They will sell it for you. They will do all the work, and they will keep 50% possibly, or maybe a little bit more of the proceeds. Now, if that gives you a little clutch in your chest and you think, oh no, I mean, why should they make so much money? Because they're doing all of the work. And it's helpful to remember 50% of something is a lot better than 50% of nothing. If it's sitting in your garage or your basement or a closet, gathering dust, not money in your bank, if you got rid of it and you got 50% of whatever you might have sold it for, and you didn't have to do anything except deliver it to the person or have them, meet them and hand it off to them, I think you're ahead of the equation. The other thing, and so that's like a reseller. If it has high value, if we're talking about fine art with clear provenance or fine antiques, precious gems, precious metals, true collectibles like an antique automobile, as opposed to a collection of Hummels or Yadros, the secondary market for those is obviously lower than things that are unique. There's only one painting. Even if it's a print and there are many in that series, each print is its own animal. It is a unique object. So those kinds of things typically want to go to an auction house, again, unless you are a dealer in antiques or precious metals, precious gems, fine art. If you are not, the best place to send that is to a reputable auction house and let them liquidate it for you. Again, you will get 50% of whatever it's worth, but they have an audience already. You might not. So you're paying for them to do all the work and to sell it to an audience that's eager to buy it that you didn't have to go find. So all of that, again, is quantitative work that you don't have to do. On the other side is donating it and allowing a charitable organization that isn't you to liquidate it and use that money for a cause that you believe in and you want to support. You just want to live in the math as you're doing this equation for yourself. Don't allow story or your feelings to cloud your judgment. Don't fool yourself into thinking that it's going to be easy or fun if it's not easy or fun for you. Lastly, this idea of garage sales, tag sales, stoop sales. Understand that nobody goes to one of those looking for to pay top dollar. If you think about the pricing of things, we start with retail, and that's a department store or even a drugstore, but it's a store that sells things at whatever the full price might be. I mean, they have sales, but it's the price that the manufacturer and they agreed was a good price to sell something for. Below that are all of the discount places where you can pick things up. Places like here in the US, there's TJ Maxx, there's Marshalls, there's Home Goods, there's those kinds of stores. There's the dollar store. All of these places get things from name brand real retailers, and then they sell them at a discount. You at your garage sale are below them. So understand that even if you have something that's new in a box, nobody came to your garage sale looking to give you what they could pay for it at TJ Maxx. Now, you'll see YouTube videos of people who go to places like TJ Maxx. They find things that are deeply discounted, they scan them, and then they put them up on Amazon, and they've created a cottage industry, a little business for themselves. Awesome. Again, if that's how you want to make your money, you can do that, but we're not really talking about a business venture. We're talking about things that you're finished with that you want to let go of. So if you want to let go of them, and that's really the goal, what's the quickest, least expensive, least impactful way for you to do it? I can't answer that question. You have to do the math. I just want you to do sound math and not wobbly, funny math based on your feelings or your limited mindset. I want you to really be in the numbers and understand the consequences of each of your choices. It isn't that one choice is better than the other. What's right for you? That's where we want to get you. So You can sell it yourself. You can engage a reseller. You can give it to an auction house. You can have a tag sale. You can donate it. The way that you're going to figure out which the right choice for you is you're going to do the math. What is your time worth? What is the object worth? How much are you going to net? Will it be worth the investment of your time? Always remembering that your time is your most precious asset. It is a non-renewable resource. So spend it wisely. Definitely let the things go. Again, I applaud your desire to be done with things. It is awesome. And you are on the path to decluttering your life, to setting yourself free. And don't trip yourself up by getting short-term greedy instead of keeping your eye on the prize, which is your true liberation from stuff. And if dropping it off at the thrift store is the quickest, cheapest way for you to set yourself free, make the right choice for you. That's what I want to share with you today. I'm looking forward to being back with you again very soon. Bye for now.